Port Charles woke up that morning with a strange stillness in the air. It wasn't loud, it wasn't obvious, but the people who had lived there long enough felt it deep in their bones. Something was off, the kind of unease that crept in quietly before everything spiraled. At General Hospital, monitors beeped in steady rhythm, yet the staff exchanged uneasy glances. Elizabeth noticed it first. Patients were restless, nurses distracted, and whispers traveled faster than footsteps. No one could name the problem, but everyone sensed it. Meanwhile, across town, Sonny Corinthos stood alone in his office, staring out the window. He wasn't thinking about business. He wasn't thinking about power. He was thinking about a single choice he had made days earlier, a decision he believed would protect everyone. Now doubt gnawed at him. One wrong move, he realized too late, could unravel everything he had spent years trying to hold together. At the Quartermain mansion, tension simmered just beneath the surface. Michael paced the living room, his phone clenched tightly in his hand. He had information, dangerous information, and he didn't know whether revealing it would save his family or destroy what little peace remained. "You're not telling me something," Willow said softly, watching him with concern. Michael stopped pacing. He wanted to tell her. He wanted to be honest. But once the truth was out, there would be no turning back. Silence felt safer, yet somehow far more dangerous. Across town, Anna Devane reviewed a file that refused to make sense. Every detail seemed normal on its own, but together they painted a troubling picture. Someone in Port Charles was manipulating events from the shadows, not with force, but with timing. Perfect timing. "This isn't random," Anna murmured to herself. "This is planned." Her instinct screamed that whatever was coming would hit fast and hard, and that it would start with someone making the wrong choice at exactly the wrong moment. At Kelly's, Carly sat across from Jocelyn, trying to act casual, but mothers knew. Carly saw the tension in her daughter's shoulders, the guarded look in her eyes. "You're worried," Carly said. Joss hesitated. "I think someone's lying, and I don't know why." Carly's expression hardened. Lies were nothing new in Port Charles, but the most dangerous ones were told with good intentions. She had learned that lesson the hard way. Back at the hospital, TJ noticed something odd in the system, records that had been altered, timestamps that didn't line up. It wasn't enough to accuse anyone, but it was enough to raise alarms. "This shouldn't be here," TJ said quietly to Portia. Portia looked at the screen and felt her stomach tighten. Then someone wanted it here. Elsewhere, Dante followed a lead that seemed harmless at first, a conversation overheard, a name mentioned too casually, but the deeper he looked, the clearer it became that several people were unknowingly connected to the same chain of events. One move, one decision, one moment of hesitation. At the Metro Court, a private meeting took place, one that was never supposed to happen. Words were exchanged, promises were made, and a deal was sealed based on incomplete information. That was the moment everything changed. By evening, the cracks began to show. Michael finally made his choice. He sent a message, short, direct, and impossible to undo. The moment he hit send, his phone buzzed again, a response he hadn't expected. That's when he knew he had been played. At the same time, Anna received confirmation of her worst fear. The person she trusted to stay out of the situation had done the exact opposite, not out of malice, but out of fear. Fear makes people reckless, and reckless choices cost lives, Anna said grimly. Across town, Sonny realized the truth almost too late. The move he made to keep control had handed someone else the advantage, not an enemy he could see, but someone hiding behind good intentions and half-truths. Carly confronted him, her voice sharp with urgency. "You didn't stop this. You started it." Sonny had no defense. For the first time in a long time, he wasn't sure how to fix what he had broken.
As night fell over Port Charles, the fallout spread quickly. Relationships strained, trust shattered, alliances shifted without warning. People who believed they were protecting loved ones now realized they had placed them directly in harm's path. At the hospital, emergency lights flickered, not from a crisis, but from a system overwhelmed by fear and confusion. Nurses rushed, doctors made split-second decisions. Every choice mattered more than ever. Elizabeth crossed paths with Finn, their shared worry unspoken but heavy. "Whatever's happening," Elizabeth said, "it's not over." Finn nodded. "It's just beginning." In the final moments of the night, Anna stood alone, watching the city lights from her window. She had seen chaos before, but this was different. This wasn't an explosion. It was a slow collapse triggered by one simple move that seemed harmless at the time. And somewhere in Port Charles, the person who started it all believed they had done the right thing. That belief would soon be challenged, because in Port Charles, good intentions often led to devastating consequences, and the chaos had only just begun.